thought I'd share a little bit of information with you today about, judgment and how I think it's wrong and how I changed from being a very judgmental person to, trying my hardest not to judge people as much as I used to. I've accomplished a lot over the years and, I just wanted people to know about it. I grew up in Utah with the Mormons. I used to be Mormon, and most of what you hear about them is wrong. They're not polygamists. The polygamists are excommunicated from the church, so they're not technically Mormons anymore. They don't have horns. I don't know why they would, but one thing that is true about them is they're very hypocritical. I'll get into that, but I'm not Mormon anymore. I'll explain why in a minute. When I was Mormon, the hypocritical things that they taught me, like, I was very, very spiritual. Like, I was way into it. My parents told me that it was the right thing at the time, and it was mostly my dad. But, I had to go to church every Sunday. I'd get upset when I was sick and I'd miss church. It was kind of crazy. But I would pray a lot. And, I just thought it would take away my problems. I thought that if I prayed enough, that maybe some great big thing would come down to the sky and just make my life better. My parents wouldn't fight anymore. I wouldn't be unhappy. I seriously thought that praying would make me happy, and it didn't, to say the least. It did not make me happy. When I was Mormon, I was extremely judgmental. They would teach us, everybody is equal and everybody is right, and, treat everybody with respect. But yet somehow I grew up thinking that being a white American female, I was better than, African Americans or, Mexicans, Latinos, whatever they like to be called, I'm not sure. African Americans. I was just extremely judgmental of anybody different from me. They also taught us, respect other people's religion and their choices for religion, but they also taught us that our religion, Mormonism, was the only right religion, and that every other religion was wrong. That's judging someone else's religion. It's their choice. I believe now that no religion is right or wrong. It's how someone believes it. So no religion can be right because there's always going to be somebody out there that believes that religion is wrong in some way. I remember when I decided to stop being Mormon, I had something that I had to do, and my parents went to church without me. And I was finally ready to go, and I went to look for them, and they were gone. I was in the house all by myself. I was 10, maybe? And I hadn't really ever been alone before. Maybe I was younger than 10. I don't remember. I was really young. But I looked everywhere, and I started crying, and I just kept praying, saying, I don't want to be here alone. I don't want to sit at home when I should be at church. I ended up crying and walking to church, and nothing felt right. It didn't feel right going to church. It didn't feel right walking there. It did not feel right to pray. So I gave up. A pretty bad thing to do, giving up, but for me it was a good choice. I finally started realizing the people that are different from me, it's normal and good to be different. If everybody was the same, or the same type of people, we'd live in a really crappy world. We sort of do now, but it's better than it could be. I mean, we used to have slaves, which is completely wrong. I learned that I didn't have to be what people told me to be. I didn't have to be molded into that form that they wanted me to be. I could be what I wanted instead of what my parents wanted. I didn't exactly rebel, but I didn't want to be my parents. I became pagan, which is not devil worshipping. It's actually lots of respect about the earth. And I'm not straight. I'm bisexual, and I was always taught that you had to be straight and you had to be married to a man. Well, guess what? If I want to have a girlfriend, then I'm going to have a girlfriend. And my friends that want to have girlfriends, give it to them. Let them be. I think that it's wrong to judge someone for their sexual orientation, for their religion, for the color of their skin, for the way they look, the way they talk, for their weight, their hair color. I think that it's wrong to judge anybody for anything. How much money they have, what type of family they have, what friends they have. I mean, some people can get some pretty bad friends, but if they want to be friends with those people, whatever. I mean, I can understand if they're friends with people that do drugs a lot. You want to keep them away from that, but you still shouldn't tell them that it's wrong to be friends with different people. I just wanted to get this little rant off my chest because I was thinking about it a lot. I don't live in Utah anymore, and I see how different the world is. When I moved, I was so shocked. That's the window, by the way. Keep looking outside. I was so shocked. I had an extreme culture shock. I always wore baggy t-shirts, and I just kind of really covered myself up, and now, as you can see, I'm not wearing a baggy t-shirt. And as you can see from previous videos, I don't always wear a baggy t-shirt anymore. I'm sure you can find videos where I am. Not sure where. Do I even have any? Probably. You can see pictures of, or parts of my videos where I've got friends that are wearing really baggy clothes, and you can see that. But now, I'm in the northeast area. I'm